Hello everybody and welcome back to Dark's Let's Play. This is episode 3 and today we will be doing a few different things. The first thing we're going to tackle is getting ourselves some armor. So right now we don't have any type of armor, so no protection. So we're going to get that set up. Then we are going to get a map because we don't have a map, so we don't really know what kind of terrain is around us. And then the last two things we're going to try to do is work on a mob spawner. And then last but not least is going to be a wheat farm. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. We're going to start with the armor first and foremost, because that is quite important. If you don't have any armor, you usually die by one explosion from a creeper, whereas if you have armor, you'll survive one blast usually. So there's 4 types of armor. There's leather, gold, iron, and diamond. Right now we don't have enough diamonds to make a full set, but we do have enough iron to make a full set, and iron's basically the second best. Oh, and there's netherite, so iron's third best now. So netherite's the best, then diamonds, and then iron. Then I'd say gold is good, but it doesn't last very long. It runs out of durability really quick. And leather's nice because you can dye it different colors, which is pretty cool. But yeah, to make armor, you're going to need 24 of whatever type you're doing. So if you're making it out diamond, you're going to need 24 diamonds, iron, leather, etc., etc. We have iron. So if you come to your crafting table, to make a helmet, it's just 5 in this kind of pattern here. So 5, it doesn't matter, again, if it's like up here or if it's down here, it doesn't matter. It's just got to be in this pattern. Then there is the shirt. All these are pretty self-explanatory because they look like what they are. So it's just this pattern right here. 8 to make the chest plate. Then you've got the pants. Pretty quick and easy. Very self-explanatory. There you go. Alright, so we have now created our armor. Now the next thing you want to do is hit E to open your inventory. And then hold shift and click them into place. So now you see your character is now suited in armor, and if you look in the bottom of the screen right above the hearts, there's an armor ranking, and you can get up to 10 armor. Of course the 10 is diamond. We don't have diamond, so we're just at like 8.5 roughly. And then when you look back at your character, you're now in armor. So there we go. That is how you make iron armor. Quick and easy. Iron is usually what I run with most of the time, just because I don't usually have that many diamonds. There are other ways to get armor, which I will go over once we get there, but you can use villagers. You can find it in chests when you're exploring. Things like that. But yeah, so that was the first thing I wanted to go over, was the armor section and how to do that. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter, darkskywolf91, or anything like that. If you have questions, ideas, something I missed, whatever, feel free to reach out to me there. Alright, so the next thing we want to look into is getting a map. So there's a few ways to do this. I've already got the materials put aside for all the projects we are doing today. But yeah, to make a map, you basically need a sugarcane, which is this right here. So this is sugarcane. Some people call it reeds. It's sugarcane here. You can plant this, so as long as it's one beside water, you can plant it, and it can grow to be 3 tall. So it can grow to be that tall. It grows on its own randomly, and you need 9 to make, 9 to make a map. And there's a few different types of map. There's a locator map and a regular map. So the locator map, you need a few extra items. I never make regular maps except for when I'm expanding maps, which we will get into here shortly. But let's go ahead and turn this sugarcane into paper. So you see this one's growing right here. You can just come over and left click to harvest it. Goes into your inventory. If you right click it on grass or sand, you can place it as long as it's near water. So I can't like place it here because there's no water around, but I can place it on the edges here. So that's how you place sugarcane. Then to make paper, you just come to a crafting table, you right click it, and then it's this 3 pattern. So 3 pattern, 3 sugarcane, make 3 paper, so it doesn't like waste any materials. I'm just going to shift click and make all of these, so that's 18. Now, the next thing we want to make is a cartography table. So to make a cartographer table, you need paper. And if I remember right, it's 2 paper on the top and then 4 wood underneath. There you go, and that's your cartography table. So get your cartography table, and then for now, I'm just going to kind of place this somewhere. Maybe I'll just place it here for now. Yeah, I'm just going to place it there for now. So it's kind of out of the way. Again, once I get my base underway, I'll probably make specific houses for different tables and crafting materials and such. But the next thing you want to do is make yourself a compass. So to make yourselves a compass, you just come over to the crafting table. Oh, I forgot something. You need iron. You need 4 iron and 1 redstone to make a compass. And the pattern is 1 redstone in the middle and 4 around the outside. So there you go. That's a compass. The compass has a few different options. So the red needle is always pointing towards spawn. So if you want to keep a compass on you so you can always find your way back to spawn, you can do that. It's always pointing in the direction. But the more useful thing for compasses is to turn them into maps. So now I'm not 100% sure. I think you can do... No, you gotta make a map first. Okay. So you gotta make a map first. To make a map, you just kind of go around in a circle and put the compass in the middle. Now this is a locator map, so this will show your direction on the map. If you don't do that and you do this... Oh, that didn't work. Wait, what? I thought that did work. Well, I thought you can make a non-locator map, but maybe that's just in Bedrock Edition. Anyways, 8 around the center and the compass in the middle to make your empty map. Now, to start a map, you have it in your hand and you just right-click. Now, it'll show you an area. Now, the area is super zoomed in. You can expand this area so you can see like more what's around you. There are different levels of maps. There are 4 levels, I believe. And if you hit E and highlight your map, it tells you what number it is. You can also keep your map in your offhand so it doesn't cover as much of the screen, but it also fills in as you're like exploring, going through caves, shipwrecks, things like that. It'll fill in as you're doing all those things. So I usually have a map in my offhand because I'm always filling in my map. The next thing we want to do is expand our map. So if you come over to the cartography table, right click it, and you put the map you just made. Oops, I gotta get it out of my inventory. Get it out of my offhand. And put a piece of paper in the bottom. You basically expand it. So this was the original version here in the center, and you're adding all this all the way around it. Now, the thing about this is once you do it, it doesn't like keep the map filled in. You have to refill the map in and all that. But we can go all the way up to level 4. That's level 2, level 3, level 4. And as you can see, we can't go any higher than level 4. So we have hit the max level. And yeah. Next thing you can do is you'll want to basically get enough sugarcane to make another map. So you'll want to make 2 maps right off the start. They don't have to be like completed maps, so only one of them has to be a completed map. So the other one, what is the map recipe? I know there's a razor map and a locator map, or maybe there's not in this version. Yeah, it looks like there's just an empty map, so we're gonna have to make ourselves another compass. So again, 4 around the outside and 1 in the center. And then take your paper and go around. So, there we go. We've made an empty map. Now, if you take this empty map and you take your other map and you put them into the cartography table together, it makes 2 maps. You don't have to have this level 4. You can just have it level 1. Save you a lot of paper. And then again, the map you do want to copy, you just put in the top here. So now we get it, and we've got 2 maps. Now the reason you want to make 2 maps is if you notice on this map, there's a white marker. And that's your character. Now if you have leather, so leather and some sticks, you can make a item frame. Get some more sticks real quick. So yep, it's just 8 sticks around the outside and a leather in the middle. So after you make this item frame, you just want to place this somewhere close to your base. And I'll show you why you want to do that. For me, I'm just going to kind of make this my map wall, I think. So I'm just going to start here in the center, and I'm going to right click to place it. I'm also going to add a torch close to it. I'm just going to put it right there for now. And then I'm going to highlight my map and right click the item frame. Now if you notice, you now have a green marker on your map. So you see the green marker on the map? No matter where I go on this map, that green marker is always visible. So the good thing about that is now I can always find my way back to my base as long as I've got a map in my hand. Now once you place the map in the frame, you can right click it to rotate it. I'm going to put it in the same orientation as my map. So like that. So right now we're in the top corner of our map. So eventually we'll start filling this in. But yeah, I just wanted to go over how to make a map. And I'm going to put that map in my offhand as I'm exploring so I can start filling it in. So that was the second thing we wanted to go over. You needed a cartography table, some paper, some redstone, and some iron to make a map. But yeah. The next thing I want to show y'all, so I've been doing some mining kind of off camera, just collecting some resources. I've got quite a bit of cobblestone, a lot of other random items, which I'm going to actually put these into the random item chests. I've got my items that I use for common things, like ores and whatnot, extra weapons, extra armor, extra stuff like that. And then I've got a chest just for standard blocks, other blocks. But I was exploring down here in the mines, and I found a mob spawner. Now the good thing about mob spawners is you can get XP. So if you look in the bottom center of the screen, you'll see a number. Mine is at 16. That's how much XP I need. You use XP to enchant items as well as repair items. Using an anvil, which again we'll have more information on that once we get that far into the series. But yeah, you notice I'm at 16 levels now. So over here, if you're exploring a cave and you see a lot of cobblestone like this, that's probably a spawner. Now what is a spawner, you may ask? A spawner is a box basically that spawns a certain mob within a certain radius of the player. So I think you have to be like 14 blocks away for this thing to actually work. But when you come across these spawners, there won't be any like torches or anything like that. And I'm gonna get my sword ready real quick and get some torches ready, because if we do that, you'll notice that a spider has spawned and now he's chasing me. So you notice the spawner is active right now. See, things are spawning. This is a good way to get XP. So if you notice, whenever you kill... Oh, I'm going to have to go get another sword. But when you kill them, you notice some green balls. That's your XP. That bar in the center is your XP level. And as you get more XP, it increases. And the good thing about spawners is it makes it really easy to get levels. Now, to make a spawner non-active, you just shift-click and place a torch on top. You don't even have to shift-click. You just place the torch on top, and that stops anything from spawning. So, the rule for spawning mobs is that if you hit your F3, and you notice, let's see, where is it? There's a light level... I'm not lying. Yeah, client light. So about halfway down, under the XYZ coordinates, there's something called client light, and that tells you what the light level is of the block you are looking at. So for mobs to spawn, you need to have a light level of 8 or lower. if you're above 8, mobs can't spawn. So by placing this torch here, you've increased that light level to 12. So mobs can't spawn. And then if you go out, you'll notice the light level here is 7. So possibly mobs could spawn on this block right here. These 2 blocks. Actually, it's just that 1 block. So it's just these 1 blocks. If I place a torch now, it's light level 14, so things can't spawn. But yeah, if your light level's below, again, like 7, I think mobs can spawn. I think it's above 7, you're fine. And then usually, in these spawner areas, you'll see chests. Now, these chests usually have some pretty good items. So I haven't looked at these yet. I just found the spawner and then didn't go any farther than that. Now, I will say that spider spawners are some of the worst spawners because you can't actually automate them very easily because spiders can climb walls and they don't take damage easily. But we'll probably work on a spawner for this in a later date. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like. You can destroy these, but ideally you don't want to. You just want to put a torch so you light it up because it's always good to have a source of XP. Now, I'm going to see what's in these chests. Looks like we got some string, a music disc, some wheat, bucket, some pumpkin seeds. Not too many interesting things, minus the CD. There we go. We got ourselves a golden apple, which is pretty cool. We got ourselves a saddle and some horse armor. And some coal. So that actually wasn't too bad. You can find all sorts of things. The apples are usually the best thing you find in there. These gold apples have a lot of like health benefits and health regeneration and whatnot. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all what a mob spawner looks like. And if you're exploring your caves and you see, a basically cobblestone box, then more than likely it's a spawner. Unless somebody else plays on your server and they've been building something. But yeah, oh, hey buddy. Alright. But yeah, that's the spawner. Again, spider spawner's pretty much the worst one, but I mean, there are worse spawners, like silverfish spawners, for example, which I always destroy, no matter what. Or cave spider spawners are pretty bad. I usually destroy them 90% of the time, unless I haven't found a regular spider spawner. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that, and then I think the rest of the video is going to be dedicated towards the wheat farm. So let me get a few things prepped, clean out my inventory a bit, and I will bring y'all back once I have all that stuff ready to go, as I got a arrow in my arm. Man, that's painful. But I'll be back, guys, and I'll bring y'all back as soon as I can. Hey, everybody, welcome back. I got an area picked out back here behind me. I'm going to go over the plan, go over a few resources you'll need before starting your wheat farm. You'll actually want to create these wheat farms relatively early on in your world because you need wheat to make bread, which can be a good food source. You also need wheat to breed animals like cows and sheep. But I found this area really close to my base. It's literally right outside my base. And it's kind of down in a hole, so it's kind of nicely laid out. And the plan is to start the crops down on this level here. We're going to make ourselves kind of like a slight cave overhang, a little rounded in the corner here, and the crops will go underneath the cave a few blocks. So typically when I'm in Minecraft, even though the mechanics aren't real life, I like to make my builds like realistic. So if you're going to have crops in real life, they've got to have sunlight. So I don't want to make like a room that I put my crops in and they're hidden from the sunlight. I want them to be out in the open. Another good reason for making a farm like this is it's pretty color. It adds some color to your area or your environment, basically. And it's a really quick and easy way to make or to add color to your environment, which is nice. But a few things you'll want to gather before doing this, before starting your wheat farm, is you'll need some wheat seeds. You'll need some cobblestone, possibly a half slab. I'm going to show you a trick with half slabs. You'll want some dirt, and you'll want a hoe. So to make a hoe, you basically have 2 sticks, and then you put 2 blocks above the sticks in this pattern right here. and you've got yourself a hoe. So you'll want a hoe, wheat seeds, some dirt blocks, a water bucket, and possibly some cobblestone. Now, you're probably wondering, Dark, how do you get seeds? So if you're new to Minecraft and you haven't played, you might not even know how to acquire seeds. And it's really easy to do, actually. So if you look for grass that's grown like this, and you just left click it, eventually it'll drop wheat seeds. And of course none of those worked, but we can try again here. Yeah, see? And you can pick it up, and now you've got a wheat seed. Now, you only need one wheat seed to get a farm started. You don't have to have multiples. I just gathered multiples because it's super easy to do. And it makes the farm grow up a lot quicker. But yeah, I want to go ahead and get started on this kind of digging out this area and prepping it for the wheat farm. And after I do that, because it's going to take me probably about 30 minutes to get that ready, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here, and I'll bring y'all back in after I kind of get this where I want it to go. But yeah, I'll bring y'all right back. Alright guys, welcome back. I got a lot of the land cleared out, kind of got a little bit of a cave kind of set up. I wanted to bring y'all back because this is a good time to show y'all a tip that I use as far as creating these structures and making them look natural. So one thing you want to keep in mind is that any type of like ores or blocks that aren't the gray range, you probably want to get rid of those and replace them with something in that range. Any ores, anything like that, any diorite, granite, andesite. Well, andesite's fine because it's already gray. But typically you want to kind of replace these blocks because they tend to stick out fairly well. And then one thing you will notice here is that I've got this one gray block in the middle of all this grass. So I'd want to get rid of that to make it look more natural. And then over here you'll notice that to make this look like it's supported, you make it mostly out of stone, and then make sure you have dirt hanging not more than like one block over. That just makes it look more realistic, and makes it look more like a cave form rather than just some natural Minecraft generation. But I want to get rid of all these blocks in the ground here. Eventually we'll have path blocks, but for now we're just going to do all grass. And then right here, so if you look here, this sticks out pretty far and there's no type of support. So what I want to build up is like a support pillar out of cobblestone to make this look like it's supported rather than just floating. So I'm just kind of placing these blocks randomly and I'm running them down into the ground. Now first you start off with like a 1x and then you kind of beef it up from there. And then you want to make these edges kind of smooth transitions so it looks nice. Something like that. Again, we want to cover up as much dirt as possible, and keep it more stone rather than dirt, because typically dirt wouldn't float like this. I mean, it does a little bit, but not to this extent usually. But yeah, so I'm just kind of going around beefing this up a bit, adding like a support structure to make it look like it's actually supported by something. And then in the future we'll texture this, and I'll explain more about texturing, but it's basically where you use multiple block palettes of the same color and just kind of make it more interesting. So you just kind of randomly place other blocks to make it look more natural, more variation, more realistic. So see, and that just added a lot just by adding those few blocks. So it's not like a straight cobblestone, it's a mixture of different gray blocks. But yeah, I wanted to bring y'all in and show y'all how to do kind of this support generation real quick, since I needed to do it anyway to make it look like this was actually a supported structure and not just floating. But yeah, no, I think that gets it. I think that made it look a lot nicer. Made it look a little bit more structurally sound. I think I am gonna kind of block that off for right now. Yeah. Maybe add one there and there. Maybe not here. And it's just kind of random block placement to make it look natural. But yeah, so that's how I kind of decorate these cliff sides and make it look more realistic, make it look more interesting by texturing things. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that tip and trick real quick while I was here. Now, the next thing we're going to do is plant our wheat. So to plant wheat, you'll need a water source, you'll need a hoe, and your wheat seeds, which I've got all that right here on me. Wheat seeds. I am going to take these half slabs. The reason I'm bringing half slabs is to cover up the water so I don't fall in it all the time. But to make half slabs, it's basically just 3 anywhere in a straight line. And the good thing about half slabs is they can be waterlogged. So I've got water here. If I place this half slab and break this block, I've still got water there, which is nice. It's a good way to hide your water so you don't like fall in it as you're mining your crops, basically. But yeah, let me get the hoe out real quick. Now, keep in mind, water only expands 4 from 1 block, and it doesn't go up. So this block's not going to be watered. It's going to turn back to dirt here shortly, but all of these blocks are watered. 2, 3, 4 again. Two, 3, 4. Yeah, see? So I'm just basically going over this grass and just right clicking it to get it to turn to the tilled grass. And with the tilled grass, then you can place your seeds right on top of it. Now, the good thing about wheat is that once it's fully grown, and I'll accelerate that by using some bone meal I've got on me. When it's fully grown, it looks like that. And if I try to bone meal that, I can't bone meal it again because it's fully grown. This grows at random intervals, but when you mine it, so you see how I've got 0 seeds right now? If I mine this, it usually gives me a few extra seeds. So I mined 2 and got 2 extra seeds. So I went from 2 seeds to 4. So now I can plant these 4. And I just keep expanding on that as the wheat grows up. Expand to it. I do like to place torches on my water sources just to kind of light up the area until I can get some nice lanterns in here. But you notice this block right here has turned back to dirt. So that's because the water source doesn't go up blocks. It only waters the blocks on the same level. So to kind of get this to water everything, I just got kind of corners here where I'm going to put some more water just to kind of expand it and make it all be watered so we can do that. Now, you can also do it this way. So if I break, say, this block right here, if I place water here, that will also water these, even if I put a block on top like this. So that's still watered. It'll still soak all this land here. So I'm just going to kind of I'm going to till all this land real quick and see where else I need water buckets as it fills back in. As you're tilling land, your hoe does take damage, so eventually you'll have to replace it. But I think I'm going to take my farm out to here. I think that's going to be the last level. Now, if you notice here, there's that little white block popping through. I do not like that at all. So what I'm going to do is basically break that block and either turn it to dirt or stone. Either one works. It's really your preference. I'm just going to put dirt in there. And then this one also, I'm going to put dirt in here as well. I see a creeper over there, so I'm going to go ahead and sleep real quick so we can finish out this farm. Alright. Sleeping real quick to pass the nighttime. And now we are good to go. So, you do have to be careful. If you jump on these blocks, it'll until it. So you gotta be careful when you're, like, harvesting this so you don't, like, jump on it. Or if you sometimes, like, fall off of a block, it'll sometimes turn it back. It didn't that time, but once in a while it will. It looks like I need another water. Oh! Ouch. I knew that creeper was gonna come and get me. Luckily we had our armor. Now, your armor does take damage as the more you use it, so eventually you will have to replace it. But if we wouldn't had armor there, we would have been toast. We would have been completely dead. Creeper would have destroyed us, and that is usually a bad time. But let me go ahead and patch this up real quick, and I'll bring y'all right back. Alright guys, so I patched up where the creeper blew up and fixed a few things. This block was where he blew up, so I'm going to fix that. I also need to add some water on that space. So if you notice, when I mine this, you still see like part of the block like that, and if I have water in there, you're going to see it. So this is a good place to use that little half slab trick. I can just place this half slab on there, and then it's a hidden water source. I've also got my hidden water source here, which I might actually push back a level. I'll have to see. Now, like I said, you do have to be careful, because like here, if I jump up, sometimes this will get trampled, or if I fall down, that'll get trampled. Oh! What the? I swear. Whew. Jesus. Oh, man. Creepers are not letting me finish my video. Good grief. Whew, okay, well let me patch this up real quick. Luckily I've got a ton of dirt from all the mining we've been doing recently. But one thing I want to do, so I don't accidentally trample these crops, is I want to make like little either half slabs or stairs going up to the second level. So I'm going to come over here. Actually, I've got some stairs on me, but I need a few more. I'm going to make some out of andesite just to add some mixture to the, some variant to the texture. There we go. Alright, so what I want to do is I'll probably put one, like maybe I'll put one in this corner here. And then I'll probably maybe do like one over. That's probably fine. I'll probably need one. That's probably fine. Yeah, actually that's probably good. I probably just need the one set right here to kind of step up to the next level and come down so my crops don't end up getting trampled. What I do like to do with my steps is, if I can see the underneath of them, I like to change it to stone. And we can use half slabs for this. But it just makes it look like it's more set in stone, like it's stable, more stable. It's got like a platform it's built on. It's not just steps sitting on top of dirt, which I mean is fine for different types of builds. But yeah, I like to do that. And then yeah, so this one's almost grown. It's not quite grown yet. It'll be all yellow, that dull yellow, so you'll know it's all grown when you see that. But yeah, that's the wheat farm, and that's probably gonna do it for this episode. I think I'm pretty much running out of time. I hope y'all learned something. I don't know what we'll do next episode, but I just wanted to show y'all a few things. So we learned how to craft armor. We learned how to craft a map, and if we put it in our offhand, we can constantly fill it in. And if we have a copy of the map, we can put it in an item frame to mark our spawn. We made ourselves a little wheat farm, which we will need here probably in the next video. We'll probably start getting some animals together so we can start prepping to get an enchantment table and all that. But we made the wheat farm, and we did a little bit of building. Gave y'all a few tips and tricks on texturizing your building and making it look more natural rather than Minecraft world generation. So on the tops of these stones, I'm going to go up with maybe 1 or 2 layers of dirt to do that. But I'll show y'all that in the next episode once I complete that. But yeah, anyways, hope y'all learned something. Hope you're enjoying the series. If there's anything you want to see in the future, if you don't quite understand something, you can always just hit me up on Twitter, darksky91, shoot me a private message, you can leave a comment. But yeah, if you enjoy the video, if you like the series, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I really appreciate y'all tuning in. See y'all in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone. And so long.